Okay, let's be real. In marketing today, efficiency is everything, right? We're all trying to automate, save time, and scale up. But here's the trap. In that rush to automate everything, we can start to sound, well, like robots. And that creates a huge problem, a real tension between the efficiency we need and the genuine human connection our customers are actually looking for.
Which really leads to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? Can a robot actually build a real relationship? I mean, if your automation is just a bunch of cold, generic messages fired off into the void, the answer is a hard no. In fact, you're probably just annoying people and pushing them away.
But what if we're looking at this all wrong? This quote from Laurel Horton really hits the nail on the head. She says automation isn't about making things more mechanical, it's about making them more relevant, more personal. It's about facilitating better connections. That's the mindset shift right there. We're not just automating tasks, we're using technology to automate personalization at scale.
And that brings us to the core principle of this whole explainer, human-first automation. It's a simple but powerful idea. It means you put real people with all their unique challenges and needs right at the very center of your entire strategy. So what does that actually look like? Well, it's so much more than just dropping a first name into an email subject line. As John Bonini puts it, true personalization is about deeply understanding what drives someone, knowing where they are in their journey, and seeing it all through the lens of their specific challenges. At the end of the day, it's just empathy, but empathy powered by data. One of the biggest mistakes I see marketers make is so simple to fix. We write like a business. We use all this jargon and stuffy, non-conversational language. The fix? Write like a human. So instead of some corporate speak like, our firm leverages synergistic solutions to optimize client outcomes, how about just saying, we help you get better results? See the difference? Just picture yourself having a real conversation and write that way. It's simple, natural, and it's how you actually build trust.
All right, so that's the what and the why. Now let's get into the how-to. We're going to break down the customer journey step by step and look at exactly how to apply these human-first ideas at every single stage. And to do that, we're going to use the classic marketing funnel as our roadmap. It all breaks down into 3 key stages. You've got awareness at the top, then education in the middle, and finally, conversion at the bottom. Our goal here is to make the automated experience feel human at each of these points. So, starting at the top of the funnel, awareness, it's all about grabbing their curiosity. People aren't out there searching for your specific product. They're searching for solutions to their problems. So your automated messaging has to speak to their symptoms. A chiropractor, for instance, should be talking about things like back pain or sciatica, not just chiropractic services. It's all about meeting them exactly where they are. Okay, so you've got their attention. Now, the middle of the funnel, education, is where the magic really happens. This is all about building trust by giving away real value. This is where you can automate sending out super helpful content like case studies that are relevant to their industry or maybe an ROI calculator to help them make a business case. You're not selling yet, you're just helping. And that's how you build trust. And that brings us to the bottom of the funnel, conversion. By now, they're interested, they're engaged. Your job now is just to make it incredibly easy for them to say yes. Use automation to send them a targeted offer, a super clear call to action to book a demo, or even just a helpful reminder. The whole goal is to be helpful, not pushy, and make that final step feel totally natural and seamless. So you can see how trying to manage all this personalized messaging for every single lead across that entire journey, well, it can get super complicated super fast. To do this right, and to do it at scale, you absolutely need a central hub to connect all the moving parts. And honestly, that's where having the right tool is a total game changer. And there's this fantastic analogy in the source material that I just love. A truly integrated platform acts as the central nervous system of your whole organization. Think about that. It connects everything, sales, marketing, customer support, communication, so that every part of the business is working together in sync. And this is what that central hub can actually look like in practice. This is an example from the Smart One suite. You can see right here, from one single dashboard, you can manage your marketing, your customer communication, everything you need is in one place. This is how that whole central nervous system idea actually becomes a reality. So, when you bring it all together like this, what's the payoff? Well, the benefits are huge. First, your operations get streamlined because you're not juggling a dozen different tools. That leads to way better communication, both internally and with your customers. Of course, that means improved efficiency across the board. And when all of that is working together, what happens? You see what matters most, an increase in sales. Okay, so let's tie all of this together with the big takeaway. This is really about a fundamental shift in how you think. Real, sustainable growth doesn't come from just building massive, faceless email lists. It comes from using smart technology to build thousands of real, meaningful relationships, one person at a time.
It really all boils down to this one simple but powerful idea. The best, most powerful partnerships with your customers, with your clients, they're built on insight and innovation. You need both. You need the deep insight into who your customers are, and you need the innovative technology to act on that insight in a personal, human way.
So I want to leave you with a question to really think about for your own business. Take a good hard look at what you're doing right now. Is your marketing just focused on building transactions, just getting that next sale? Or is it truly, genuinely focused on building relationships? Because the answer to that question will define your success.